Laugh to keep from crying. That's what got me through. Walked through all the shadows, still God pulled me through. Life hit me with battles, but I made it somehow. Laugh to keep from crying. Look at me now. I came about the struggle with my head held high. Heartbreaks tried to drown me, but I still didn't die. Had pain in my chest, had tears in my eyes, but faith kept me steady, had to learn how to rise. These lessons made me stronger, now the story is mine. Every step, every fall, now I walk in my prime. From the lows to the highs, man, I kept on trying. This the journey, this the truth, laugh to keep from crying. Laugh to keep from crying. That's what got me through. Laugh to keep from crying. Now I'm living proof. Now I'm living proof.
Welcome back to Laugh to Keep From Crying. You're listening to CJanae After Dark. And always remember, I'm doing this to heal, never to hurt. I do want to apologize to everyone who listens to my podcast, especially my day ones. This episode was supposed to be out last week, but as you all know, sometimes life be lifing. I hope you're still here, and I appreciate everyone who continues to tune in. So just to recap, in the last episode, I was still at that apartment. Everything was a mess, and we had to get out. My friend told me I couldn't come back with her, and at that point, I was officially out of options. So today, let's talk about it. The conversation with my aunt, it didn't go as I expected, but it's not like she wasn't happy to hear from me, but she didn't sound excited either. And in the back of her mind, she probably already knew why I was calling. My aunt wasn't the type to have deep conversations over the phone or text, so we met in person. I went to her house, and when I say terrified, terrified isn't even the word. I remember sitting at her kitchen table across from her and her boyfriend at the time, who was now her husband. And the crazy thing was, she didn't look happy at all. I had done her wrong. I lied. I didn't give a real apology. And at that point, she probably couldn't trust me. But I was desperate. I asked if I could please come back. No explanation, no nothing. To my surprise, she said no, flat out. She told me the only reason she even agreed to meet me was because of her boyfriend. She said she wasn't dealing with it anymore and that she didn't know what I was going to do. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I broke down crying and told her I literally had nowhere else to go. She told me I should have thought about that. And you know how that goes, rerunning everything you put someone through. Every mistake, every bad decision. And honestly, she wasn't wrong. Looking back, I can admit that some of the distance she put between us was self-protection. I had created patterns that made people cautious around me. And even though it hurt, I had to sit with the fact that trust doesn't reset just because you're desperate. Some bridges need time before they can hold weight again. Then her boyfriend stepped in and said, "Come on, just give her another chance." After what felt like an interrogation, she finally said yes. I couldn't have been happier, not because my situation was fixed or perfect, but because maybe, just maybe, I was getting back to some kind of stability. She gave me a list of rules so long, I almost needed the pen and paper, but who was I to argue? She was letting me move back in with no real job, no plan, and a baby after everything I had done. All I could do was be grateful. And I was. I moved back in. I turned things around. I helped run the house, cooked when I could, cleaned, and looked for a job like it was my full-time job. Things seemed okay. She even let my boyfriend come over. And for a while, everything felt like it was going in the right direction. Honestly, I can't even remember what triggered it. It wasn't malicious or mean, but one day she told me that I needed to ask my mom if I could move in with her. At the time, my mom wasn't with her ex-husband anymore. She was in a new relationship and living not too far away. She was renting a 4-bedroom house. It wasn't my first choice, but it was an option. So whatever plans my aunt had or whatever the reason was that I couldn't stay, I wasn't really upset because at least I wouldn't be homeless. My mom said we can come. But once I moved in with my mom, things quickly changed. And my life took another turn. When I look back at this season, I see a version of myself that was surviving on instinct, not stability. I didn't always make the right choices, but I kept choosing to keep going. And sometimes, that's the only one you have. This season wasn't about having it together. It was about not giving up. That's where I'm going to end this season. Thank you to everyone who listened. Thank you for being patient with me. And thank you for holding space for my story. And always remember, sometimes you have to laugh to keep from crying. Thank you for listening to CJanae After Dark. I'll catch you in the next episode. See you guys in March. CJanae out.
Laugh to keep from crying. Yeah, I made it through. Story got heavy.